Hi, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your January 1st to the 15th, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so very much for doing so. Now, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading. Oh, interesting. And show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Huh. Okay. So what's interesting here is that we have the, let me just see here. We have the Summer Warrior reversed, which is the Knight of Wands. We have the King of Fire in the King of Wands in the upright position. So there's a real sense here that we're looking at our passion and we're looking at what we desire. We can be really reckless during this time. So just be mindful about that, especially if we have fire sign energy in our chart. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Our tempers can get the best of us. Our determination can get the best of us. We can also have a tendency to think any energy that moves us forward is going to be good. And spirit's like, no, 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 no. Step back and think first and then act. That's going to be really important for us. We do have kingly energy coming forward, the King of Wands and the King of Cups. There is a sense here of really embracing what we love, really moving forward in our passion, in our determination, in our focus. Leading by example is going to be super important for us during this time. It's very much kind of giving a whole new meaning or a deeper meaning to kind of like I'm hearing lead with your words. It's not only leading with your words, but it's leading with your actions. It's putting your money where your mouth is, type of thing. It's very much saying this is what I believe in, this is what's important to me, and absolutely positively backing it up. We have the Five of Pentacles reversed. We're coming out of a poverty mindset, a poverty period that has been very taxing and overwhelming for us. This is going to be at the beginning of the year. This is going to be a time where divinity throws us a curveball, where we see something coming in that we just hadn't been expecting. We thought, okay, I'm going to head down this path, I'm going to head this way. And spirit is just going to shake everything up. God, source, spirit, however you say it, however you see it. And there's going to be a sense of, what do you love? Leading with the heart, leading with your passion, leading with what you desire and love. The Eight of Pentacles, not to say that we won't be good at working, but work may not be our main priority, or we can get really kind of like caught up in the details of things instead of in the bigger picture. So just be mindful about that. Keeping ourselves on task, keeping ourselves moving forward in the right direction is going to be super important for us. The King of Wands, we're fiery, we're passionate. Again, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, very much also a blessing for us during this time. Water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, very much a blessing for us as well, moving forward in our passion, in our creativity, in our determination, in our love. And then with the Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, there we go. We are going to see that God, source, spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, hands us a gift of wealth, prosperity, and abundance. And this is going to be a time where we might not be taking this gift right away, but we're going to see the utilization of it, the sense of, how do I move forward with this bounty? We are rejecting a poverty mentality. Actually, there's almost like, I don't want to say a curse was spoken over us, because that's really rather dramatic, but that's the energy that has been around us. That sense of somebody spoke over us or we spoke over ourselves. You're going to mess it up, right? I just keep on hearing you're going to F it up. So just be mindful about that. And we're taking that mindset, we're taking that fear, that pain. And it's like, okay, you might not have moved forward as smoothly as you would have wanted to, Gemini. Show yourself some grace and some understanding. You are only human, but you're releasing the poverty mentality. You're releasing the sense of, I'm never going to be able to get to where it is that I want to be. And we start off with releasing that 1st of January, and we end on the 15th, or in this time period, right, with the sense with the sense of planting bounty and abundance and prosperity and, just wealth moving us forward. It's money or what we value as much as money. And that's going to be huge for us. Now, let's see here what Spirit has to say. Oh, and if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a snowflake in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced in a separate video on the 1st of February. So good luck to everyone, and don't be scammed by anybody contacting you. It will not be me. And if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's linked in the description box below. So Spirit is saying here, harmony. And that's going to be really important. We need to keep this time harmonized. It will be very easy. We're crowned by the Knight of Wands, by having things being out of harmony, chaotic, crazy, and really just kind of feeding off of that energy. Like, yes, I'm going to stay in this crazy, chaotic energy time frame, period. It feels comfortable because we've known it for so long. And Spirit is like, no, 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 follow the harmony. Follow the harmony. Let it be a little bit boring, let it be a little bit more mundane. Follow the harmony. You will be surprised at what opens up. Follow the harmony. It moves us then to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, this is family reverse, the root chakra. So, we can be having a difficult time with family. Okay, that can be coming up. But also looking at the root of us, looking at maybe even a way that we define family, or the way that we define interacting with family can be transforming. So looking at that can be a big deal. I just see a transformation around family, but also a connection with family at our root chakra, that sense of family, the people that we love, the people who, raised us, or that we have, incorporated into that role of family into our lives, is just going to be very important. And harmonizing with that energy is going to be important for us, because there's a sense of being out of harmony with it. And it's like, okay, where's the discord there? And then do I need to kind of like reevaluate my expectations of things, right? So just being aware of that, being open and honest with ourselves, compassionate with ourselves is going to be a very big thing. Our energy to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. This is the Chariot. Now, if we're born on the cusp with Cancer, just be mindful that this part of our personality can kind of be running amok, but also know that emotionally we can have a tendency for things to just be a little bit out of hand. The Cancer energy, or the Chariot energy, when it comes up as an energy to be mindful of, I just hear amok, amok, amok. Like, emotions run amok. They can take over. We can be very reactionary to things. We can have a hard time reining in our emotions, reining in our passions. And we can also have a hard time with other people's emotions, other people's passions, other people's way of doing things, just kind of like trampling over us. So just be mindful about that. We're going to be very sensitive to the energy, the emotional energy of things. We're picking it up. And it's interesting. I was listening to a Native American shaman, and he was saying that we think that being very, very sensitive and being very affected by everybody's emotions is a good thing. And he says, but it's not. It's not. To be able to connect with those emotions, but not have it like disturb the waters of your being, that is what we all should strive for. And that's very interesting here, because it's, instead of being able to rein everything in and go over the heavy terrain, right? We're affected by it. It's keeping us from our course, or it's knocking us off course. So here it's understanding that we will run into some very big emotions during this time, and we need not be run off course by them. So let me take a sip of water. Excuse me for one moment. Excuse me. All right. So let's talk about the astrology incorporated here with the tarot during the first half of January. On the 1st of January, we have Mercury going direct in Sagittarius. Now we have the fire sign energy showing up as the Knight of Wands reverse and the King of Wands. So this is going to be a time where we can because Mercury is going direct in Sagittarius, we are ruled by Mercury. So when Mercury is in retrograde, when Mercury goes direct, when Mercury is in the post shadow period, we feel it all super intensely. So we're coming out of Mercury retrograde. It can have us feeling a bit unsure, unsettled, shaky on our feet. We're having trouble focusing on what it is that we really want. We need to be kind to ourselves. We need to gather our thoughts. The post shadow period lasts till about the end of January. So we really need to look and say, okay, what is it that I need? What is it that I want? Because it's in Sagittarius, we can find that our wanting to run forward, our wanting to kind of do everything, can be all over the place. We're not going to be very focused. And again, that's what this energy says. It says, okay, we're having trouble being focused. And we can really feel that on the 1st of January. It's like, okay, the clarity that I had feels like it's slipping away from me. Now, Venus is also in Sagittarius, squared Saturn in Pisces. Discipline is lacking. So not only don't we feel focused, but we have a bit of difficulty, disciplining ourselves, having things kind of fall into order. And it can be difficult, again, to focus, to get things done. We need to be kind to ourselves and not be too demanding. But we're going to see here that we do expect a lot from ourselves, to lead by example. And so when we feel like we're not living up to the expectations that we set, we can be very harsh and very demanding on ourselves. It's like we pull in the reins even more, we tighten everything, and that's only going to make the horses buck. It's only going to make things worse. It's not going to make things better. We have to be very mindful on the 1st of January, on New Year's Day, not to let our temper get the best of us. It will try to, so just be aware of this. On the 2nd of January, the moon is in Virgo, trine Pluto in Capricorn. Now, this is a great time to work on our transformation. We're going to see that we have a transformation here with money. We also are going to have a transformation with work happening as well, but we are going to feel like we've dropped the ball in one way or another, so do be mindful with that. There is a power and control element that comes over, and that really can be ours. We really have the sense of power, of control, of discipline, of getting the job done, of being focused and saying, okay, I know what I want, of embracing transformation. And we're moving forward in real positivity. That sense of the King of Cups, that sense of the King of Wands, fire, determination, love, compassion, it guides us. On the 3rd of January, we have the moon in Libra, sextile Venus in Sagittarius. We feel way more grounded, we feel balanced, and we feel stabilized during this time. Again, we're going to see that release of poverty, of wealth, or what we value as much as money. We have prosperity coming in. We have ourselves looking at things and saying, how am I guarding my wealth, my prosperity, my bounty, my uniqueness? We're also going to start to look at ourselves, Gemini, and say, there is more to me than meets the eye. Okay. We are going to find that we work well with others and that we really like company. We really like kind of bouncing ideas off each other, finding new insights, new ways to move forward, connecting with different ideas, even if it's just listening to people, taking things in. That's also going to be very important. We're ruled by Mercury, taking things in, listening, connecting, talking. It's valuable to us, but listening is going to be so important. If we can hone that skill of being a really good listener, that's going to take us to the next level of success in our lives. Now, on the 4th of January, we have Mars entering into Capricorn. This is a time to get things done, and this is the time to get things on track. And we're going to see that we have a focus. This is also going to be the time on the 4th of, of January where we can really feel that divinity throws us that curveball. I want you to be focusing on this. I want you to be looking at this. You're focused here. That's great, but I need you to be over here. And so just be mindful of that on the days where, we are way more kind of like on track. That's going to be the days where spirit is like, I demand that you look at things my way. So just be aware of this. I just see that coming in, and it's rather funny, even though we're not going to think it's funny during that time. Now, the high energy Mars moves into goal-oriented Capricorn, which really gives us direction, and it gives us, a clear understanding of our lives. There's going to be a sense of a clarity to us coming forward, and it's like, oh, this is what I need to be doing. Oh, this is how I need to be moving forward. And it's a big deal, and it's important for us. Again, it's that king energy coming up. There is also that sense, I don't know, here, there's with the Eight of Pentacles reversed, we might not be we're not going to be as work obsessed. Okay. which is interesting. Now it can be we're finding a work home life balance, which could be good because we could not have had that. But there is also a sense here of getting really caught up in the details of things instead of the bigger picture. So just be mindful of that as well. So yeah, we are going to be practical on the 4th, and we're really going to connect with important people or important ideas. So just also be aware of that. On the 5th of January, the moon is in Scorpio, sextile Mars in Capricorn. Emotions can drive the emotions can drive us to take action. There's just going to be a sense here that we're reaching a crescendo. Be mindful because we can be very, very, very reactionary. So we have to mind that with the Knight of Wands reverse. So it's kind of like our emotions can be running high. We need to step into the King of Cups or the King of, of Wands energy, that sense of I'm moving forward in what I love, I'm moving forward in my passion, but I'm not going to let it consume me, because the Knight of Wands reverse can mean that it's all consuming and that it consumes us and makes us look foolish. So just be mindful about that. We will be inspired by what we feel. Like our emotions will really be inspiring us. And we're going to be kept busy with lots of ideas, with plenty of projects, with the sense of just kind of like opening up the door and moving things forward, opening up the door and moving things forward. On the 6th of January, the moon is in Scorpio opposite Uranus in Taurus. This is very impulsive energy. So again, that Knight of Wands reverse comes through. It's very impulsive energy. So we need to be mindful that it just not take over, because we can see on the 6th that we almost just like run amok. It's like, oh my gosh, which is interesting because this is the Epiphany, right? So this is when the wise men brought Jesus gifts. Now, if you believe in that, that's great. If you don't, that's also great. But I think it's very interesting that there's chaotic energy, that there's that impulsive energy here. So we need to work on small changes, small things. We kind of need to calm it down and scale it down. That's going to be very important for us. And I really do see that as being important for us for the whole first half of January. Calm it down and scale it down. It's kind of like put it into balance, put it into perspective, then move things forward. Okay, that's going to be a very important thing. On the 7th of January, we have the moon in Scorpio, trine Neptune in Pisces. Now, we can have more understanding and empathy on this time. There's a sense of more feeling coming forward, not in that chaotic way, but in that sense of my heart is really connecting, that King of Cups way. Now, with the 4 of Cups reverse, we're going to have one way that we really think we should be looking at things. And yet our mind is going to be changed. Our eyes are going to be opened in ways that we hadn't anticipated or hadn't expected. So compassion is going to be so strong within us. And doing things for others is going to give us a lot of joy. We have to also remember, especially if we have learned to take care of others before ourselves, we need to remember on this day not to kind of like, give all our energy to everybody else, but have that balance coming forward as well. On the 8th of January, Mercury is in Sagittarius, squared Neptune in Pisces. Imagination can take over. This is going to be a time where we find it difficult to focus on the mundane. We are just inspired and creative. So embrace those creative projects and give your mind a break. Let yourself kind of just create and abstract and move things forward and see where it takes you. It can be very freeing and very beautiful. On the 9th of January, the sun is in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. This is telling us to step out of our comfort zone. We will find new opportunities and new possibilities coming our way, and we will be open to new ideas and new thinking. And there's really that Knight of Wands energy of like exciting new adventures coming forward. And it's like, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, I can move forward like this. And our heart is going to be guiding us. Our passion is going to be guiding us. We're going to have a lot of our energy essence in what we're doing. So that can also be, where the 8 of Pentacles reverse comes in, where our work can become all consuming. It's like we even though Spirit said before, we can be finding a work home life balance, but we can easily tip the scale and just have things be all consuming, all detail oriented, kind of get caught up in the wrong things that don't bring us the prosperity that we think they're going to bring. But we're like so certain. It's like, oh, this is going to be the breakthrough that I needed. I just need to focus more like this. I just need to do things more like this. And Spirit's like, no, step back. Let the creative energy flow through. Let yourself, really, really be inspired and see where it takes you. Because, yeah, on the 9th of January, the sun in Capricorn is going to be trine Uranus and Taurus, and we're stepping out of our comfort zone. Yeah, we're stepping into new opportunities and possibilities. I don't know if I just said this, but there's this real sense of trying new things, and it's like, oh, I can do this. Oh, I can move this forward. And there's just this breakthrough coming through. Now, also on the 9th of January, we have Mars in Capricorn, sextile Saturn in Pisces. This is incredibly disciplined energy coming forward to us. We're making major progress in our goals, and we're really working towards long-term abilities and achievements. We're finding our rhythm. We're finding ourselves. And it's almost like we lose ourselves for a little bit there. And then we start to find ourselves again. We start to say, oh, this is what I needed. Oh, this is what I wanted. But there is this real sense here, Gemini, that I've lost me for a while. And we need to understand that. Like, we've been through a bit of a crucible. We've been through a walking through of the fires, and we found ourselves again in different ways and in a different place than we thought we were going to be. And Spirit is saying here, change your perceptions, change your conceptions of what you thought your life was going to be, and embrace the journey that I have you on, because I know you. And that's going to be a very important thing. Now, on the 10th of January, we have the moon in Capricorn conjunct Mars in Capricorn. This is high energy, high impact time. We are focused on what we feel emotionally drawn to. This is going to be a very feeling reactionary day. So do be mindful about this, especially with the Knight of Wands reverse, that we have to not let our emotions kind of just get the better of us and take over, because it'll be very easy for that to happen. We are enthusiastic and we really have go-getter energy. So that is awesome. On the 11th of January, we have the moon in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. We are way more independent and way more willing to do things differently. We're willing to think outside of the box. It's like, yeah, I'll give this a try. We're open to the unconventional and to the innovative. So that's going to be really good for us. It's kind of like, okay, let's look. Let's just also not be too crazy, because we can take it to the extremes. So just be mindful about that. There's also the new moon in Capricorn, which there will be a separate video on the 11th. So keep your eyes open for that one. On the 12th of January, we have Mars in Capricorn, trine Jupiter in Taurus. This can be a really lucky day. Mark this on your calendar. The 12th of January can be a day where luck is on your side. We have the ability to maximize our opportunity and to really feel great about life, like really get things going and feel like, oh, I'm on the right path. I'm doing something well, and we feel kind of blessed during this day. So that's also really good. On the 13th of January, we have Mercury entering into Capricorn. This is way more disciplined mental energy. And it's like, okay, I know my goals. I know my long-term goals. I know my long-term plans. And I'm being really practical about all of this. And then that energy carries through to the 14th of January, and the moon is in Pisces conjunct Saturn in Pisces. We have this super disciplined energy continuing. We can really get things done. We're really looking and feeling like I'm on the right path. I know what it is that I want. And then on the 15th of January, we have the sun in Capricorn, sextile Neptune in Pisces. And this has creative energy soaring. We have the Ace of Pentacles. It's like prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. It's linked to our creativity. And it's almost like we had denied our creativity for the longest of time. And now we're stepping into it. And our creativity, depending on our spark, like our little bit of genius that is within each and every one of us. That creativity can be for fantastic nail art, right? Our creativity can be for mathematical equations or, electronics, whatever it is. We're going to see that bit of creativity, that spark, that way that things speak to us, it starts coming forward. It can be in mountain climbing. It can be in mountain biking. It can be in oil painting. It doesn't matter. It can be in neurosurgery. It doesn't matter where that spark lives within you. It matters that on the 15th of January, you listen to it. You listen to your little bit of genius. And it's going to move you forward in a way that you hadn't anticipated and hadn't seen. Even the mundane is going to have a creative twist to it. Even the mundane is going to feel a little bit extraordinary. So this day has a bit of the extraordinary to it. Our subconscious spirit message is love reversed. We need to put love at the center of us. It's going to be so important. We've kind of pushed it aside. It's like, oh, what does love have to do with it? With that Tina Turner song. And we're going to sit here and say it has everything to do with it. To live in the vibrational energy of love is going to be so important. And to see how we align with that little 4-letter word is going to be life-changing. Or how we don't align with it can also be life-changing. Our subconscious chakra energy is the I am presence. And this is the crown chakra. What am I crowning myself with? I am strong and confident and powerful. I am loved. Do we see that? Do we feel that? Or do we think we're not? I am tired and sad and overwhelmed. I am not doing well. Is that what we're saying to ourselves? And we can see that with all the energy. I am surrounded by the sacred feminine. What does that mean for us? I am surrounded by the sacred masculine. What does that mean for us? I am, deeply loved and cherished. What does that mean for us? Is it scary? Does it feel right? We're going to be looking at things during this time. And Spirit is asking us, what are we crowning ourselves with? What's the energy we're moving forward with in our lives? How are we guiding ourselves to the next level and to the next space and to the next place that we want to be? And we're going to be seeing that for us very openly and very honestly. Look at your crown chakra, but also look at the crown that you put on your head every single day. And it's, of course, an invisible crown. It's an imaginative crown. But see you crowning yourself. Is the crown broken and tarnished? Do you not think that you deserve one at all? Is it painful? Is it too small? Is it too big? Look at what you're crowning yourself with. Look at that energy that is around you. Does it fit? Or does it feel out of sorts? This is time to say, I am enough. I am worthy. I am abundant. I am prosperous. And mean it. A lot of times we say it. And, people say to me, Dane, why do you say the negative? Only say the positive. Because when I hear people say the positive, I'm like, yes, raise it and praise it, right? I got it. I'm here with you. I get this. But then when I hear people say the negative, it's like, oh yeah, that rings true. Oh, I thought that yesterday. Oh, I thought that 3 weeks ago, type of thing. Oh, I have those doubts. Oh, I have those fears. We're not perfect. We're human. It makes us beautifully flawed. But there's beauty within us. And it's time we start seeing it. And it's connecting to the divine, to the universe, to something bigger and greater than us, because it's important. We might have trouble believing in a higher power because, well, awful things happen in the world, and how can it be? But can we believe in a tree? Because that's important. Just something to take us out of our own heads and put us into a connection with this universe. That's a big thing, and it's a big deal for us. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Lovers reversed. This is us in the major arcana. We are represented by the Lovers. Be mindful of getting in your own way. Be mindful of lusting after things. Not loving it, but lusting after it. And that's what we had here. Spirit said, love reversed. And what is love reversed but lust? So be mindful about that. Be mindful of the lust taking over. Really ask yourself and stop and pause. And with the King of Cups, it's like, what do I love? What's important to me? Not what do I want to acquire? What do I need to get? It's like, what do I love? And how can that guide me forward? That's going to be a really important thing. And you can see that you'll change a lot of your philosophy in 2024. It's like, if you say, what do I love? And let that love guide you. Oh my gosh, game changer. Game changer here, Gemini. Our subconscious tarot message is the world reversed. This is the world not opening up to us. So subconsciously, we're not looking at the vast, big open world and saying, oh boy, I'm going to, jet set and go everywhere. We're looking at our own little corner of the world. We're looking at the small universe that lives within each and every one of us. And we need to connect with that energy. We need to connect with our power. We need to connect with us before we connect with anything else. We're changing the game. But first we have to realize the game that we want to play. And we are being asked, are you playing the right game, right? Are you asking yourselves the right questions? Are you trying to live by rules that actually matter to you? It's not the societal rules and saying thou shall not kill or anything like that. Those are important. But it's saying here, is what I'm trying to prove meaning anything to me? Or was it what I thought success was when I was 15 years old? And it doesn't matter anymore. Or it doesn't mean the same thing. We are connecting with the small universe within us. And that is astoundingly powerful and astoundingly beautiful. All right. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and harmony. May blessings always be with you. So, let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And know that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Gemini. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And have a blessed new year. Bye.